everyone, this is Larry. Welcome back to Today I Feel Like. Today we're going to take a look at the Canon 14-35 f4L lens. This is an IS USM lens, which means it has the ultrasonic motor for fast, silent focusing. It's also a L lens, which means it's going to have that great high quality Canon glass. So let's go ahead and unbox it, take a look at it. Then we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the specs and shoot it and see what it looks like and how it performs. So let's jump into it, and here we go. All right, let's take a quick look around the box and then get it outside of the box so we can take a look at the actual lens. And we can see here it's just going to have a little bit of branding where it says Canon, and then we're going to have a photo of the lens. It's going to say RF because this is going to be for Canon's new full frame mirrorless cameras. I guess you could use it on a crop frame sensor camera too if you wanted to, if they ever come out with one, but this is going to be for cameras like the R5, the R6, the R5C. You could actually use this on one of their crop frame cinema cameras like the C70. So yeah, anyways, this is going to be a 14-35 f4L lens, and it's going to be IS for image stabilization and USM, the ultrasonic motor. Yeah, so anyways, here we go. Same thing, pretty much the same thing there. A little bit of branding on that side. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box here and see what we get. And first things first, it looks like we're going to get a, I believe this is going to be, oh yeah, look at that. This is going to be a lens cover. So we can put our lens in there when we're not using it. All right, we're going to get some paperwork here. We'll set that off to the side. And then, let's see. Let's get this out, a little bit of packaging and more packaging. That's pretty much it. We're gonna have the lens, we're gonna have a lens hood, and we'll throw all that packaging off to the side. And this is going to be the lens hood here. So it's gonna be a very sort of shallow lens hood because this is a ultra wide angle lens, and the last thing you want is to have vignetting because you end up with the lens hood in your photo. So yeah, all right, there's that. It is a bayonet mount, and it has sort of the tulip petal style, lens hood. So all right, let's get this lens out of here and take a look at it. And this is a beauty. Look at that. Look at that. I am excited to try this thing out right there. That is it. Again, this is a 14-35 f4. And yeah, so let's just go over the lens. Right here is where you're going to zoom. That is going to be your zoom rocker right there, or barrel, whatever you want to call that. I call it my zoom rocker. But zoom, yeah, I don't know. It's not a rocker, but that's where you're going to zoom right here. So you can see it sort of goes in and out depending on which way you go. When you get to about 24 millimeters or about 20 something millimeters, that's when it's all the way flush right there. So yeah, all right. There we go. You can see if you look on this side of the lens, we're going to have a autofocus and manual focus switch that we can so that we can actually go ahead and manually switch the autofocus on or off. This is going to come in very, very handy if you decide that you want to quickly switch autofocus on or off and you don't want to have to go into your camera settings to do it. Now right here, you're going to have an image stabilization on and off switch as well. So you can turn that off and on just by flicking that switch right there. And this is really nice because this lens is stabilized. And when you pair this with a camera that has built-in stabilization like the Canon R5 or R6, you can get up to 7.5 stops of stabilization, I believe it is. So yeah. All right. So beyond the zoom right there, you're also going to have your focusing ring right here. So that's what I was looking for. That was the word I was looking for, my zoom ring there. So, but you're going to have your focusing ring right here, and then you're going to have your control ring right here. This is going to allow you to control different things. You can set it so that you can change like your, maybe your ISO or your aperture or whatever it is that you want to set this up for custom-wise. So yeah. Now on the back here, we have our rear element, and because this is an L lens, you will see that there is going to be this little rubber right here. This is going to be weather sealed so that your lens is going to be safe from getting moisture and dust in it if you're out shooting. So if you're someone that goes out and you're shooting landscapes or something and it is moist outside, maybe from rain or the morning dew, you're going to be able to have this, you're going to have your lens protected. Or if you're out at the beach or something and it's sandy or windy and there's dust in the air from the desert or something, you'll still get that protection. So, all right, the front element here, we can see it's nice and wide, but there's still, it's sort of bulbous, but there's still enough for a filter ring on there. And it does show that this is going to take a 77mm filter. And it's going to show here, this the Canon RF 14-35 f4L IS USM. So yeah, anyways, 77mm, that's nice. That's one thing that's very, very interesting about this lens here, is that you're getting a ultra wide angle lens and you can put a filter on it. I mean, most ultra wide angle lenses, they don't allow you to put a filter on there because that front element is so bulbous that you just can't put anything in front of it. The only thing you can do is maybe set up and have like a square drop-in filter or something in the front of the lens, but not actually attached to the lens. So anyways, this one, you can, and so that's a very, very nice feature to have. So anyways, I'm really looking forward to trying this out. Let's go ahead and shoot it a little bit, see how it performs, test some of see what the photos look like, test some of the video, and talk about some of the specs of this lens. All right, so I went out to a car show it was a photo shoot at a track race with a sort of a car show, and the people that organized it set up some models for people to shoot so that, you could shoot some cars and shoot some models and whatnot. Anyways, I went out there to actually go test another lens, but I brought along this 14-35 with me. So let's actually go over there and take a look at, let's go take a look at some of the video right quick and some of the photos. But before we do, let me just go over some of the specs of this lens. And one of the reasons why I bought this lens was so that I can vlog with, just like I'm doing now. I wanted something that was going to be relatively small and lightweight and wide enough that I can vlog with it comfortably as I'm doing right here. So let me just go. So again, this is a 14-35 f4. It has again a maximum aperture f4, a minimum aperture of f22. It has the field of view is between 114 degrees and 63 degrees on there. So if you're wondering what that is in degrees, if you're one of those folks that likes that instead of the focal length millimeters. So yeah. It has 16 elements in 12 groups, 9 rounded diaphragm blades, so you can get some nice bokeh if you get up close to something, and with that you're going to have a minimum focusing distance of about 7.9 inches, or I believe it's like 20 centimeters or something like that. So yeah, the lens is, at the time of this video, it's like $16.99, so it's not a cheap lens, but it's a nice lens, and it is a USM, an IS USM lens, so it is image stabilized, and it has that ultrasonic motor, so you're going to get some really nice, quiet, fast focusing when you're shooting video and photos. All right, that's just a quick rundown of some of the specs. Let's go ahead and head over and take a look at some of the video and some of the photos of this photo shoot that I went to, and yeah, let's just go take a quick look. so we were able to see what some of the photos look like and some of the video look like from the car show model shoot. And yeah, I have to say I'm very, very impressed. I mean, the footage looks absolutely amazing. The photos look amazing. It really is just an incredible lens so far. But this is a wide angle lens, and I want to see what it looks like if I shoot some landscapes. So I decided to head over here to Great Falls Park and check out this this gigantic waterfall over here. And so let's go shoot some photos and just see what it looks like. And it's getting pretty dark, so I think I'm gonna do some long exposure photos and see if we can get some nice motion blur with the waterfall. Alright everyone, so there we have it. That is it. That is a look at the Canon 14-35 f4 lens. This is an RF lens, and I shot everything that I was using with this lens with the Canon R5, and yeah, I love it. I mean, this lens is pretty much a do-it-all lens for the most part. Now, mind you, it is a wide-angle lens. It's really an ultra-wide-angle lens with that 14mm, and then all the way to a 35. It is an f4, so you're not going to get a whole lot of bokeh, especially when you're shooting on the wide side. You can get some when you get to 35 if you move in close to your subject. Or if you go ahead and bump yourself into that APS-C mode, you can then get a little bit more focal length. It's not real focal length, but it moves you from like a 35 to a 50. And it can give you the illusion of maybe a little bit more depth of field. So anyhow, I have to say, it's still a very, very nice lens. You can shoot portraits with it. You can shoot landscapes with it. You can shoot video with it. This lens pretty much really can do it all. So anyways, I'm going to leave a link to it down below in the video description so that you can check it out. I'm also going to leave links to my Amazon page, my social media contacts, so you can reach me elsewhere. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And please subscribe to this channel. And follow me on Instagram. And I am Larry with Today I Feel Like. Thanks for coming back to see me. Come back and see me soon. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.